Hi, thank you for coming back. In this video, I'd like to talk about a thing or a healing method that 95% of all my clients in the past did before they came to me. And by now, I've had more than 1,000 coaching clients with chronic fatigue syndrome and similar chronic diseases. And I try to help them a little bit forward on their path. But a lot of people were sharing more or less the same story. How they got sick and what happened when they got chronic fatigue syndrome or other symptoms and what they did. And I started analyzing all these things, and around 95% did something. So what is this? It's not a diet, although I think it also counts for diets, but I'm not talking about diets. I'm talking about brain retraining. So almost everyone did one of a couple of courses that are out there. And obviously, it did not work for them. So does that mean that I only had like the leftovers, like a very, very small group of people for whom it did not work? Maybe. Or does it mean that this group of people just didn't do enough rounds of brain retraining? Like they were not doing it good enough. It's their own fault. They should have done it much better. Do you think that? Or maybe you think that there is something lacking. So brain retraining is good, it's great, but it's lacking something. And if you know what that something is, then write it in the comments. And while you're at it, give me a like and a subscribe. Or is brain retraining just not what we think it is? So a lot of the times when people do brain retraining, every time they're in a negative loop or when they experience difficult emotions, they refocus themselves somehow by visualization or other methods to get into a different state of mind. That's basically what it is, and people have been adding things towards it. And when I did this myself in 2016, after being bedbound with chronic fatigue syndrome for a very long time, I did one of these courses. And I got better a little bit. So I experienced hope. I experienced improvement. And it didn't last long before I was like at an 80% recovery rate or something. And I felt like only a little bit more, just pushing through more rounds and let's go. I'm there. But it didn't go that way because there were emotional moments in my life. And unfortunately, it didn't last. And I started declining really fast. And it happened via panic attacks. I did not have just one panic attack, but I had panic attacks every day, all day, for months on end. It was a very terrible moment in my life. And because of this experience, I was worse than ever before. And a lot of my clients also mentioned a similar thing, a similar process happening to them. So why do you think that is? So let me know. Do you think that we should criticize the people, the methods, or is something else going on here? Share with me your thoughts, your ideas. Please write it in the comments below. And I wish you a beautiful day.